Welcome back to the Whiskey Wisdom Podcast, everybody. I am your co-host, Tyler Y'all. Today, I am with my constant co-host, Chris Kellum. And our special guest today is Kellie Schiller, one of the founders of the Kingdom Athlete.
It's like your shirt.
That's right. On the back. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming on today. Greatly appreciate you coming all the way down here from, you said Sneads Ferry, right?
I do live in Sneads Ferry, yeah.
Yeah, so one heck of a drive, so we appreciate that.
Yeah.
Wasn't that bad.
Not too bad. I'm going to do some shopping after, so.
Okay,
Right, yeah. And it's a Sunday, so it's not really rush hour or anything like that, so that's all good.
Good.
So before we go too far into it, Chris, what have we set on today?
So Tyler got bored. I don't think he was actually bored. He was on a trip seeing people in PA, and he picked up this.
I was bored.
Oh, well, when he's by himself, he ends up at distilleries.
Mm-hmm.
He picked up his bottle, tapped maple. It's really cool because the label is super classic. It has like the detailing that looks like the tree rings, so inside of a maple tree. And it's tabbed maple, presumably excellent. It's a blended whiskey, and they have Pennsylvania maple syrup and a touch of vanilla. It's actually only 70 proof, so it should be a little bit sweeter. Really great for my assumption before trying it is that it's going to be a good like old-fashioned or like a fall cocktail.
Yeah.
When you mix in that mapley, because I don't think it's going to be spicy enough for winter. But you never know. Let's check it out.
Yep.
Cheers. Cheers.
Woo! Sweet.
Like candy.
Yum.
Sorry. If you know, you know. That's an old school reference. So, what do you think?
I like it's just very sweet, so I would have to have it in a cocktail probably. Actually, you know what would be good is to mix this with like a blend. Use this as like a blended whiskey with something else.
Yeah, like a frozen drink.
Yeah, that'd be good.
You should have this at one of your businesses.
One of my businesses.
You
Probably
should
the one
convince
that
them
has
to
a
do
bar.
it at high times.
The one where drinking is acceptable.
Yeah.
I mean, drinking is acceptable. Working out,
That is true.
only if you're drinking water and electrolytes.
Yeah. Electrolytes. We got,
Yeah,
a lot of
definitely
electrolytes. Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
You thought I was going to be like, don't be a drunk athlete.
I was like, where are you going with this?
All right.
So with all that being said, tell us a little bit about Kingdom Athlete, where that came from, how it got started, and
All the
where you want to go with it. Yeah.
Yeah. So Kingdom Athlete right now is a faith-based lifestyle brand. It started as a kind of like clothing brand, which they're very similar, but there's slight differences. And so this was like 2 years ago that my husband was deployed, and I was just like, okay, what do I do? And so I've always loved the idea of combining fitness and faith. That's kind of like where my heart for ministry is in the fitness industry. And so I was like, okay, cool. I'll just create clothing, and it's going to sell really well, and it's going to be overnight success. And I remember like looking at our Instagram the night before we were launching. It had like 88 followers, and I'm like, what am I doing? And so we had, friends and family supported and whatnot. But then I was just like, this isn't really what I want to do. And so I just kind of like put it on the back burner and did whatever else I was doing in life. I didn't even really own a business at that point because I was doing nothing for it. And so then I got to a point where, fun fact, if you have a Shopify and a business account, they take money every month. And I was doing nothing for this. And so any money that I had made through selling clothing had slowly dwindled down. And so I look at the account and I'm like, okay, well, I either have to do something or I need to shut this down because I'm about to start paying money out of my pocket to keep this non-existent store open. And so I was like, well, I love events. I still love fitness. I was a fitness instructor at the time. I've been in the fitness industry in and out since 2026. And so I was like, why don't I just do events as well? And it'll be an opportunity for me to sell my clothing and do events and create community. And so I was like, easy. I always have these ideas and I'm like, they're going to be so easy to accomplish. And then you feel that. And then, oh my goodness, the humbling that comes from being said no to is so fun. And so I had reached out to like literally every gym, like everywhere from Wilmington to Jacksonville. And I was getting all of these no's. And so finally I was teaching at a studio in Jacksonville and they're like, sure, you can do it here. And so I host my first event, and like I had sponsors somehow.
Oh, wow.
I don't know how. People were like, yeah, we'll send you stuff. And I'm like, okay.
Sweet. Thank you.
And so we had like goodie bags, and we did a devotional that I led, and then an instructor from that studio led the class. And it was like 20 people. It was nothing crazy. And I was like, awesome. Like the momentum is going to pick up now. It didn't. I like then had something to show, and I was like, look at showing all these businesses. I'm like, look what we just did. And they were still like, no. And so I was like, okay, I'll just rent a space. And so that was probably the scarier moment because I had to pay money. Yeah. And so I was like, whatever. And so we rented Shaka Taco in Hampstead, like the beer garden area. Mm-hmm. And by the literal grace of God, because for 3 weeks, I had 3 tickets sold. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be so weird. Like 3 people are going to show up and I'm going to have to do this whole workout. And then day of, this is like 2 weeks later, day of, we were sold out at 40 people. And so it was so cool. And just standing in front of, I was like, had my little headset on and the speakers, and there's so much that went into putting an event on that I didn't even think of. But I was like standing over like all these people, and I was like, okay, this is what God wants me to do. Let's do it. And it was awesome. It was so cool. And the momentum was picking up from that event because I realized I don't have to have another gym be behind me. Like I had convinced myself I can't do this on my own. I have to have another, something. Else, yeah. And as soon as it clicked that it's like, oh my gosh, just do it on your own. Like if the Lord wants us to work out, it's going to work. As soon as that clicked in my mind, then that's what we've kind of been doing. We have found some Christian gyms, Emotion Fitness in Wilmington. Yeah. They're awesome. We love doing events with them. Yes. Otherwise, we just pick locations and just, they are like, yeah, Kingdom Athlete, do what you want. Yeah. And so then became just events because then I was like, this is awesome. Like I'm going to do events and da-da-da-da-da. Yeah. And then I was like, but I'm losing that clothing brand that we wanted. And so now we're trying to like find the happy medium and not give up every single Saturday of my life. Right, my husband was like, what are we doing? You were waking up every Saturday to put on these events. And that wasn't even the business model. So I'm like, okay, figure it out. And so we're only doing one event a month-ish.
Right.
And we're leaning more into actual high-end clothing. So like having a manufacturer make the clothing instead of just having screen prints. We still do the screen printing because I love a good t-shirt. But like our mock necks that we just had cut and sewn, like I was measuring seams and doing all this craziness. And I'm like, what am I doing? But that was like where I feel like, okay, I'm starting to get it. And we do like grip socks. People love the grip socks. They're like custom grip socks for like Pilates and all the things. So I'm like, okay, I need to like figure out that and combine it into events. And then like also sometimes I'll, go and speak at events or be a vendor, things like that. So I'm trying to like slowly figure it out. But it's a lifestyle brand that hosts fitness events. Long story short.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So
all over the place.
I have a couple random questions.
Let's hear them.
Okay. So how long have you been coaching?
Since 2020.
Okay. I need to clarify. You said 2026, and I'm like, so
It's
for
like
3 months.
4
I mean,
months.
that's a lot of events in 3 months. So you've been doing it a while.
Yeah,
So
I've been in the fitness industry since 2020.
Okay.
But we started doing fitness events in 2025. So we just hit 1 year.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Very good.
For Kingdom Athlete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wanted people to know that there's just you've been doing it a minute.
Yes. Yeah, I'm like collecting certifications at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second random question, but not too random. Difference in clothing versus athleisure, because you mentioned that at the top too.
Yes. Okay. So clothing, I would say, is more like Comfort Colors t-shirt, canvas, bell and canvas tank top. Okay. But then when you get into athleisure, I feel like that's where what I think is when you start to manufacture, like one of the coolest things was seeing my tag in the clothing kind of thing. Right. So it's a little bit more high end than a screen print t-shirt. And I do want to say I still love it. Like we're going to have some new Comfort Color t-shirts coming out, but we also want to provide some higher end clothes as well.
Got you. That makes sense.
So shirt's comfort color.
What kills me, and doesn't actually kill me, my brain just was thinking just now that I remember back in the day when comfort colors wasn't a thing, and you would just go to Walmart and buy like a Hanes colored T-shirt and like put it on there, or you just get like you'd get a white labeled shirt and print it, and I'm like, but now that people, when they hear comfort colors, like, okay, I know how those fit, and then I can buy this,
right?
Which is a good thing.
That's probably like our most, besides the stuff that we're now producing, our most popular shirt. People are like, oh, you guys have comfort colors. Like, everyone loves it. So
they did a good job branding themselves that way.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting.
Yeah. So
one day we'll have the creator of it on here.
That'd be a good idea.
Yeah.
We'll work on it.
My goodness, that would be really cool.
Hey, you gotta, if you don't think big and put it out there, it won't happen.
100%. Dream big.
Yeah.
When planning events, do you, like, you've been doing this for a little bit, what do you prefer mentally? Do you like the, we're sold out already, or last minute?
Oh, sold out.
Already. Okay.
I want it sold out. It's so much less stress than having to market and be like, please show up, please show up, please show up. If we can be sold out, like when our events, the puppies and Pilates events sell out so quick. And so those are so like easy for me because I like post it once and then it just floods in. Yeah. Whereas other events, we have to get it's me. I do it. But I have to kind of create different marketing tactics and figure it out. It's more effort.
Okay.
Which is, it's good. It's stretching me, but if it could be sold out and I can put my efforts somewhere else, I love that.
So people follow her.
Please come to my events.
Yeah. And you're in like the Wilmington to Jacksonville area for most of your events?
We do mostly Hampstead and Wilmington right now. We've traveled to Charleston and to Georgia, but Wilmington and Hampstead are like our sweet spots.
Good.
Oh, nice.
In Surf City.
And I'm going to ask you this on the back end also, but how can people see where your events are going to be?
On our website and on our social medias. Okay. So our Instagram and TikTok are the same username. It's kingdom__, two of them, athlete. And then our website is www.kingdom-athlete.com.
Okay.
Easy enough.
Yeah.
Easier than I would have expected.
Yeah.
It's funny with your story too. I have a background in setting up events and everything from previous business that I had. But it's interesting when you have a free space to do something versus when you have money on the line to do something, how much more effort and time that you put into like trying to recoup your money.
Yeah.
And it does end up, in my experience anyway, being more successful if you have money on the line than if you don't. So I just thought that was interesting too, that you kind of had that similar experience that I had like a few years ago from doing that as well too. Yeah. And just knowing like, okay, this has to work now. Like there's a completely different way that you show up from like, okay, this is a good idea, let's stress test it, to no, this is the idea, it needs to work.
Yeah, like and success is the only option.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
So walk through that a little bit more where the other thing that I was thinking about too, I have a 5-year-old son. Something I was thinking about is like, you know what? I'm going to have my son like sign up for Active when he like turns 18. They do the
walking around
pest control, like door-to-door knocking. Like I'm going to sign my kid up to like go to door and just get yelled at by a bunch of adults like trying to sell like pest control, because there's something about being told no, like infinite amount of times. Yeah. That just gives you the grit to show back up every single day.
100%.
And it sounds like that was a good jumping point for you before like the first event actually launched. Would you agree with that? Or you're like, no, it sucked and I didn't get anything out of it?
I would say failure is so good. Like I really do believe that. Failure as a business owner is so good, because if everything was handed to you, I feel like the creativity would be taken out of it.
Right.
Okay.
Because you don't have to be creative with it. And so for me, yes, getting said no to, it was so discouraging. And being faith-based, I would have that little enemy in the back of my head being like, well, if this wasn't faith-based, they probably would have said yes. And so it's like, I have to work that much harder. But it's like, no, you can't look at it that way. Right. But yeah, getting said no to is, I loved it, because it's like, okay, well, what can I do to get a yes? Or what can I do to make this successful. And in that case, oh my gosh, if I would have limited myself to only working with gyms, like the events that we've held at Shaka Taco and Marina Grill and just other places, they would have never happened. And they were so much, don't let the local gyms hear me, but so much cooler than if we were to be inside a confined space, because they had so much more space.
Yeah.
And I had complete creative freedom to do whatever I wanted. So
True.
the no's are good. Sign him up to do pest control.
Yeah.
Get some humility in that boy's body. Yeah.
Yeah. That was like one of the things I was thinking of, just being able to take that, because usually there's the reason why there is a no, there's usually some type of truth inside of the no.
Right.
If you're able to get them to explain why they said no to it. And if you take that like with a grain of salt and try to build something around it, I found has usually helped out in the long run.
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
with being a faith-based business and with having all of those no's, what's something that you learned about your faith during all of the struggle?
That I have faith.
Yeah.
To be honest, faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance in what we do not see. That's like Hebrews 11:2. And so just knowing that my hope is found in Jesus and that I have a purpose to go out and share the gospel with people in the fitness industry, there wasn't anything that was going to stop me from doing that. Like once I realized that, I was like, okay, like we're doing this. And when people show up and they have a good experience and, they come up and be like, what you're doing matters, I'm like, that's all I need to hear. So,
Yeah, that's awesome.
yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I had a question. Sorry, I was just laughing because you sending your kid to walk around and sweat his tail off to get nose. And I'm like, or he just go work in retail and get nose and be like, okay, how do I turn this no into a yes?
No, that's different though.
It
I
has
worked
to
in
be
retail
pest.
for a long time. It could be any door-to-door thing. It doesn't have to be pest control. That was just the first thing that popped in my mind. But like there's something about like knocking on a door and like getting yelled at now, like why are you showing up on my doorstep? As opposed to like kind of what we do. Like people walked in, like you want a piece of jewelry.
Yes.
Like I just haven't found the right piece for you yet.
Yeah.
It's different sides of the same thing.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't want to be hot.
You don't want to walk outside when it's hot. Yeah.
No. But I do think young people do need to have an outdoor job at some point of any kind.
I'm trying to think if I ever had one.
Mm.
I was a summer camp counselor for a long time.
Probably got a lot of no's to that too.
I don't want to do this.
Yeah, it was me that was saying no. I was like,
Yeah,
I don't want
that's
to
what
go.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
I love it.
Don't do that. No,
Yeah,
stop.
yeah.
No, you can't jump off of that.
Yeah.
Get down from there.
So for those curious people like myself, how did you end up here? Because you don't have a Southern accent.
No. My husband's a Marine.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much all I had to say.
Yeah,
Did you guys meet in Chicago then?
Yeah. We met at our church in Chicago area, Barrington,
Right, yeah.
Illinois. And then, he was in IT sales at the time and then had a little career switch and was like, you want to do this military lifestyle? And at that point, neither of us really knew what that entailed. And I was like, sure, 23, 24. And so I was like, yeah, let's just do it. And then,
That's a big switch.
I was gonna say,
yeah.
it's one heck of a switch going
Yeah.
from IT sales to.
Yeah, it was. He was like barely in IT sales.
Oh, okay.
So it's not like we had this comfortable lifestyle in IT. We were dating at that point. So when we were married, we got married and then he left for a training camp like a week after. So like our first year of marriage was just distance. Most of our marriage has been distance. Fun fact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, depending on when he joined, I could totally see that.
Yeah. So.
Pretty much if you joined within the last 20 years.
Right.
And he did because we're not that old. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So
If you were that old, you'd be looking amazing.
the skincare would
Right.
be
It's
crazy.
like, we need to know the secret.
Put me on the podcast again to talk about
Right.
skincare at that point. Yeah.
Please do. So when you're not planning events, what else are you up to?
I lead students, so I'm actually after this heading out to go to their senior night. I have seniors, so high
nice.
school seniors at our church. I lead
Okay.
group. Yeah, do that.
Nice.
Very cool.
What else do? I work out. I play with my dog. I have a golden retriever, and he's just my baby.
A lot of energy.
Yeah, lots of energy, but he also just loves to snuggle, which I love that. And then I hang out with my husband, and feel like it takes up all my time, but now I'm like saying it, I'm like, what else do I do?
Well,
But yeah, working.
It does sound like a lot, though.
I mean, you
Yeah.
are working, but I also see that like you're in your community as well. Because a lot of people like myself, if I'm not at work, I'm at home or at the bar. So people are like, Chris, you're an alcoholic. And I'm like, no,
This is how I meet people.
this is how I meet people. And the bartenders actually at the point, like I've tried so many beverages. Now I'm drinking the non-alcoholic spirits.
Yeah.
Just to be like, okay, what are we doing here? What are we trying here?
Yeah.
Just to kind of expand my
It
personality.
is funny for both of us. We spent so much time at bars over the last 4 years that we're like, yeah, we're going to need some like non-alcoholic cocktails.
Yes.
It's like we're over it now.
Yeah. I mean, I still, but
Or
in my
low ABV.
low ABV,
Uh-huh.
those are good too. But it makes me think like you're busy, but you're like, let me try something new. Let's figure it out. And
Yeah.
I think being in your community, working with those kids in your church, and like having someone to support you, that's not just your parents who kind of have to,
Right.
says a lot. Like,
Yeah.
and I think when younger kids get that support, it helps them in the future too.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to with Kingdom Athlete next?
I would say just growing, because we're at that point where I really feel like growth is, or like that little growth boom is hopefully coming. And I feel it in my gut. But I just got to speak at a women's conference like a month ago, and I was like, whoa, I really, really love this. And we were just a vendor basically, and then I was a speaker. But we had set up our table, and then I was speaking, and it was so much less effort than when I would, my husband and I would set up all these events. And so I was like, I want to be a vendor. Like, I just want to show up. And so I'm like, okay, thinking about how we can really get into the community in that way of just being a vendor, or me getting to go and speak. I love public speaking and just, sharing the gospel and all the things. And so I was like, if I could do that more, like, I would love doing that. I get to do it a little bit at Kingdom Athlete, like 15 minutes, but that was my first, like, 30-minute long. They called it a sermon, and I was like, whoa. And so that was super, super fun. But we have a lot. We're almost sold out of everything right now.
Oh, wow. That's great.
So we have a lot of designs to finalize.
Cool.
Which is awesome and also hard because I'm the only person on the design team.
For now.
And so I'm indecisive, but I have them narrowed down, so I just have to order them, and then we have to like kind of get photos and things and all the craziness onto our website. And yeah, we have workout sets being manufactured. That's a really exciting one, like little tanks and shorts.
Yeah.
So you're doing it for the girlies.
For the girlies.
Okay.
Eventually, I will do some for the boys, not this tight little spandex, but just
I mean,
normal.
some boys like it.
Some do.
That 5-inch inseam apparently is all in theme.
Yeah, they can get it from someone else.
I was going to say, yeah.
But we will start doing those too, because my husband has been like begging. He's like, everything you do is for girls. And I'm like,
Well,
kind of
that's
for
the
me.
brand.
Yeah, but we are trying to hit men as well. So kind of trying to figure out what is going to do that. And I do think we have some new t-shirt designs that are like really not specifically for men, but they're unisex and men will buy it. But we are going to eventually do workout shorts for boys. Just like, like the swishy, normal workout shorts.
It's okay to stick to the ladies' vibes. I laugh because, yes, I say I laugh a lot because I do in my head.
It's good. Laughter is medicine.
I'm like RBF outside, but in my head, it's like a comedy show. But like we watch YouTube videos, and I watch like Christian Guzman, and he has a whole men's and women's line, and then his wife only does women. Like she is Buff Bunny. It's only women's merch.
Oh, I follow Buff Bunny.
And I'm like, in my head, because I only see them, I'm like, there aren't as many people that just do women's. Because if you're doing men's and women's, you're splitting your energy versus focusing on women's. So I wasn't meaning that you needed to make men's stuff. I was just like, oh, I wanted people to know, like, hey, check it out. Like you're
And
making.
I feel like there's more variance when it comes to women's clothing in general as opposed to guys, because like there's only so many ways that you're going to make a t-shirt for a guy to wear.
You just have to switch up the designs, and so I'm like, eventually, once we are growing and growing and growing, we'll expand. But right now, the workout sets are going to be my big thing that I'm really, really excited about. And then
to have your flagship.
Yes. So what's your favorite color in this new series?
So we do a lot of neutral right now because I'm trying to figure out the branding. We're kind of like in that rebrand phase of what do we want Kingdom Athlete to be branded. Like if you saw our social media and you're like, oh, that's Kingdom Athlete. Right now it's just like, it's just a social media page, but I kind of want to go vintage sports. So right now it's all neutrals. We have a lot of navy. I love navy. So probably navy.
Navy. Okay.
But we'll have a little bit of a brighter blue sweatshirt coming. So that probably that color would be my favorite.
Okay. I'm a green person.
We're doing green in September.
Ooh, what shade of green?
It's going to be like, we're doing a pickleball tournament.
Okay.
So it's going to be that like foresty, deeper green.
Perfect.
We need to get her set up with Brittany.
Truth. She's doing a...
Yeah, Brittany Lineberry is one of
Retreat.
our good friends back from the jewelry days and everything. She's doing a branding retreat in Topsail.
Oh, that's so fun.
Yeah, with the Foundry.
Yeah, with the Foundry, one of her other businesses.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
So our office is Beacon Wealth Management, but she helped us a lot with our branding here and all of our photography and everything as well. So yeah, she's really good with that.
Yeah, it's so hard. I'm like, there's just so much you could do.
So much.
Yeah.
And that's why, well, we joke every once in a while when they announce a new like color of the year about what the color is, and I'm like, I've not once bought anything that had the color of the year.
Butter yellow.
It's not butter yellow this year.
That was what, last year?
Last year, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this year it's...
You want to know what, though? The green was pretty darn close in our studio that year.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's because I wanted green.
I know.
But this year it's like cloud lining or something silly.
Weird.
Like it's...
I don't even know.
I don't even know what color that is.
It's white with the
Oh, I did
gray.
see that.
Like a little floop in there.
Like
Like,
you
why is the
accidentally put a
color
little
white?
black paint.
Oh, not even black paint. It's you put gray paint in it. Like it's that faint because
That's true.
I just like colors.
Mm.
Do I need more in my life? Probably, because this is most of my outfits.
Probably more so me than you when it comes to color.
Yeah. If you notice, if you watch any of our videos, Tyler has a
Always
black shirt on. Different shades of pants. Chris.
Mine has words this
True.
next 5 weeks, though, so.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I know.
I just wear whatever is comfy in a 2XL.
Yeah. Well, since we are starting to come up on our time here, I wanted to ask you one last question for myself. I know Chris has a few more for you too. But if you were to tell your younger self one thing, what would it be?
Oh my goodness, my younger self is just crazy. I would say that you don't need a 5-year plan and that your plan is going to change.
Nice.
Accurate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very true.
I had a pretty strict 5-year plan for myself at 17, and I had one thing happened. I did get married before 25, but otherwise I'm in Sneedsbury, North Carolina, if that says anything.
It's not what you expected.
No.
You,
So yeah, just
but
trust
you
the
were
Lord.
you lived outside of Chicago, so.
I lived outside of Chicago, but I was in Austin, Texas. I was in Virginia. So I was always in like bigger cities and thought that's what I was going to do. Because my degree's in event management. So I was like, oh, awesome. I'm going to do like experiential events for like corporate companies and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. But like that's what success at that time looked like to me, is like making money and climbing a ladder.
Yeah.
And then, I'm like, it's not exactly what success looks like to me anymore.
So what does success look like to you now?
I saw that question, guys.
Yeah, I know. You were leading into it.
Say,
I love a
perfect
good segue.
Success to me now looks like leading people more towards Jesus. I don't even think that was on the radar at 17 when I was planning. But I think something people struggle with is you're constantly just trying to find your purpose in life. Mm-hmm. And people go their whole lives without finding it, or at least realizing what it is, Mm-hmm. Even if they found it, they just push it to the side. And so for me, I know like my purpose in life, like I have the spiritual gift of evangelism, is I am meant to share the gospel with people, and I'm meant to do that in the areas I'm planted in, which happens to be the fitness industry. And so, yeah, success looks like making heaven a little bit more crowded each person I get to interact with.
That's awesome.
Which is so different than that 5-year plan that I had. So, yeah.
I don't even know.
I might.
I was like, I don't remember ever having a 5-year plan. I probably should have had one.
Every time I did, I always joked, and this is how like I got strong into my faith, is every time I had my 5-year plan, that would become my identity. And God didn't like that. My identity was in like something so superficial, and it would like crash every time. And it was usually in a huge like ball of flames.
Yeah. Mine as well.
Yeah. And that's when I finally was like, okay, I see where I'm supposed to be going now, like with who I am, what my life is supposed to be.
Yeah.
And so I did take my life out of like, my identity is not in these things. It's not in what title I have, or my first one was like being a championship wrestler or whatever the case may be, but finding more of my identity in God, that no matter if my business explodes tomorrow or if God forbid something happened to one of my family members, like I still know who I truly am.
Yeah.
And I think that was one of the most important things that I had to learn through all of my struggles.
Yeah.
So.
I always say the coolest thing about me is Jesus. That's the only thing you can take away that would make me not me. Everything else, I'm still Kelly. So I love that.
So
cool.
Last question. What's the C?
C is Caleb. That's my husband.
Oh, okay. I was like, you said
Christ.
Schiller, and I'm like,
just kidding.
So I'm trying to put these letters together.
I was just trying to spell Schiller, and I'm like, that's not how you spell that.
Caleb is my husband's name.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
For those ladies, gentlemen who want to buy gifts for the missus, where can they find you guys on social media one last time?
Yes, Kingdom Athlete, Kingdom__athlete on TikTok and Instagram. And then our website is www.kingdom-athlete.com.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank
Hey,
you.
thank
It was a
you.
blast. We'll have to hit you up when we head up to our now annual outside of Wilmington event.
Yeah, which means Topsail.
I mean, I don't ever know if it's Topsail or Surf City because they're like spitting distance of each other, and depends
Probably
on
Surf City.
Yeah, it's Surf
All the
City.
places you said earlier.
Surf
Yeah,
City.
it's Surf City. Yeah. There was a few places that we were originally going to go the first year that were going to be in Topsail, and then we ended up in that one shopping center, which is Surf City. And then we've just lived in that shopping center for the last 3 years. So.
You get stuck there, yeah.
Which is funny because they can't surf there. Like
That
there's
is
no
true.
waves.
There was a surf competition this past weekend.
But was it
Really?
in Surf City?
Yeah, Ocean Fest.
Oh, but you were on the island.
Yeah, we were on that line.
Yeah, because Surf City is weird because it's like a weird section of the
That is
island,
true.
and then it comes onto the mainland.
That is true.
So that's why I always got confused because I'm like, what is Surf City and what's Topsail? City.
I don't know.
You can ask Brittany and she won't even know either, because where she used to live, she had like her address said one thing, but her zip code was another. And then the GIS said something else. Like it was weird.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yep.
It's like
Weird
Wilmington.
area. That's also true.
Just that.
No one knows.
Topsail,
Yeah.
Surf City.
We'll reach out to you later too.
Yeah.
So
But yeah. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
It was a blast. Learned a little bit.
Yeah.
Laughed a lot up here.
In the head.
always in the head. Thanks so much for coming on and driving
Thank
all the
you.
way down here. I'm sure we'll see you soon for our Topsail thing. Until next one. Cheers.
Cheers.